What's up, y'all? I'm Alan Hain, the Lawn Care Nut. Thanks for coming back for yet another week. So here we are, April is wide open. A good majority of you are really into your lawn care season now. You're really starting to make some progress. You're really starting to get out and do things. And a lot of you guys are really starting to look forward to the point where you're gonna be able to enjoy the mow on a weekly or even twice a week basis. And with that, I thought this would be a great opportunity for me to go ahead and review the 2018 Toro Super Recycler that I got. At least I think it's an 18. It's whatever I got last year, late in the year. I've been using it now for several months, off and on, doing different things with it, really getting to know it. And I feel like now I'm actually able to give you guys a really honest review of that mower. Now remember, this is not sponsored. I paid for that with my own money. And the way that you know it's not sponsored is because I'm wearing shorts. And you're gonna see me mowing in shorts. You see, Toro's lawyers, they refuse to admit that anyone actually wears shorts when they mow the lawn. So that's how you know this is not sponsored. So still love you though, Toro. So the first thing I'm gonna do though is give it a good cleanup, because I've used it now for a while. I'm gonna give it a good cleanup. I mean, if I'm gonna do a review, I want it to be clean all the way through. So that's what we're gonna do. And then as I'm cleaning it up and just polishing it up a little bit, I'm gonna go ahead and I'll probably sharpen the blade, because I think that's probably needed. And then I'll kind of talk about some of the things I like. Now, the other thing real quick here, when I do reviews of equipment, I don't typically talk about all the same stuff that you can just go read on their website. But there are a few things that they kind of consider, you know, unique selling propositions of this mower that I do want to bring up, because they're things that I like. So we'll do that. The other thing is, you're going to find out that I only pretty much mulch. Maybe we'll try the side discharge, because I do enjoy a little side discharge every once in a while. I'm not going to try any kind of bagging. So if you're somebody that is buying a mower because you care more about the bagging issue of it, I'm not going to be able to, you know, help you with that in this review. But I will talk about everything else. And then the main thing, obviously, is how does the mower cut? Because that's really what it's about. And then secondly is, how enjoyable is it to use the mower when you use it to cut? So those are kind of the things that I go after. So with that, let's go ahead and get a nice clean deck before we go any further. So I promise you, this is not going to be a negative review, but I got to tell you, I can't stand having a separate mulch plug, and I definitely can't stand it when that mulch plug gets so dirty. Why can't this just be a built-in mulch plug? Look at that. That's been in there a while. See that pink on there? That's from when I did my Halloween yard dye. So yeah, that buildup, that's lame. One other advantage with the Super Recycler is the highest cut is 4¼ inches, whereas other Toro models of the lower end only cut to 4 inches. So this cuts just as high as the Time Master does, which is 4¼ inches. The other thing, because this is a higher end model, you're going to have a cast aluminum deck here rather than steel, which gives it a weightier, more beefy feel, a little bit higher quality wheels and things like that as well. And I think there's a difference in the engine, but I'm no engine expert. And this is my second Super Recycler that I've had, and I will say that my first one was a 2012 model, and I loved it, and I love this one just as much. It's a really classic design mower. It really doesn't seem like it's been updated or changed that much, besides maybe that little ISOFlex thing, which we'll talk about, but other than that, it operates just as well as it always has, and I really like the mower, and I really highly endorse it. Okay, now that I got her all cleaned and sharpened up, now I'm gonna go enjoy a mow. So I'm just gonna mow a little bit, and you know, kind of as I go along, I'm just gonna kind of stop and tell you about things about the mower that I kind of observe and like and don't like and things like that, as well as I will definitely be showing you the cut quality. So the first thing we're gonna be on here is this Palmetto St. Augustine grass. It is not overgrown, so this is just a normal cut. We'll be removing, you know, 1/3 of the grass blade's length. We're at 3.5 inches here, which is pretty low for St. Augustine. If you have St. Augustine grass, I'm definitely recommending you're at the top setting all the way up, which this Toro will cut up to 4.25 inches in height, which is higher than a lot of mowers. I mentioned this in a previous video, but I don't know if a lot of you saw it, but it's kind of interesting how the highest setting here on the Super Recycler is G, but it doesn't translate over here. On this model, G is actually the lowest setting and A is the highest setting. So I don't know. I don't know why they don't translate that. Of course, we're gonna change this back because we're at that 3.5, which is the E. All right, so the first thing we'll talk about here is how do you adjust the personal pace, because that's really my favorite thing about Toro mowers. They cut well too, we'll talk about that, but is this system, because of just how it just kind of works and how fluid it is and how it gives you what I call a leisurely mow. So I have it adjusted where I want, but you can actually adjust the sensitivity to this. Some people will, you know, say they get a little bit of jumpiness when they start to take off with it, and if that's the case, you just come in here and you adjust this, and you can see they have the icons down here, so where you have rabbit and then you have turtle, so slow it down. So if you're having some jumpiness, and so they have this nice knob here, you just loosen that up and then you can just move the cable however you like. So I kind of put it somewhere, I mean, I don't know, I guess I call it in the middle. I like it to be fairly leisurely, if I'm honest. And so I'll show you, you know, if you haven't ever used the personal pace, I'll show you the best way to use it is just to walk naturally and just let it do its thing. That's why it's called personal pace. You'll see, let me show you. Now, so that's part of the comfort, is obviously is the personal pace and getting that adjusted where you want it. Now the second thing though is the handlebar height. Hopefully you only have one user for this mower, because once you adjust it, you don't want to have to adjust it again. I have it on the middle setting because I like, when I mow, I like to have my arms just right where they are. So I like to have my arms at this 90-degree angle, and that's where this is. And, you know, obviously you're going to hit bumps and things and your arms can go up and down. And I just prefer to have my arms in this area rather than up here at my chest, pushing from up here or down here. I like to be right about here, so that way I can just adjust the mower and go. That's kind of how I do it. Okay, so now I'm going to show you, if you didn't like it that way, or if you're taller or shorter, most of you are probably not shorter, but I'll show you how you'd adjust it. And this is, I'm pretty sure I'm doing this right. Y'all know I don't read manuals. I know I sell manuals, I sell guides, and I tell you to read them, but when I get manuals or guides with my stuff, I don't read them. So I think I'm doing this right. So they have this ISOFlex thing on here. It's, you know, supposed to, we'll talk about it a little later. At first I didn't like it, but because that's on there, there's nothing here. Any of these levers here, these just take it out so you can put it like in storage mode, or so you can put this down like that if you need to store it in your garage or whatever. So that's all those do. So you could like lock it in right there and you can have your handle up. So if you want to actually adjust the height or the sweep of the handle there, it has to be here. And you have to loosen these things up. And what you'll see is there's 3 dials or 3 settings there, and those are gonna take up or down. But it's just weird that you have to take this off of there in order to adjust it. That's what it's just weird. You'll see. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the rake down a little bit, and I'll show you. Currently we're in the middle setting, so I'm going to go ahead and take it. I'm going to take the rake down, assuming you wanted this to be lower. I will say though, when you do have that higher handle like that, it does make the job or the mow more active. I talk about the difference in an active mow and a leisure mow. A leisure mow would be you're more raked back, whereas the active mow, you're more up on it. So when that handle, at least for me, it's like way up in my chest, that does make the mow more active. Either way, I like it right in the middle. But there you go, there's the funky settings. As far as this thing goes, the idea here for these is to take some of the stiffness out. So when you're hitting bumps, it's not affecting the entire rig. This can kind of ride along with the bumps a little bit, and it should then keep the deck straighter or flatter on the ground. But I mean, I can definitely tell when I do hit areas, are there a couple bumps or whatever, I can see it in there. At first I didn't like it. It felt too loose and wobbly to me, but I got used to that. Okay, let's go check out the mulching ability. We'll look at the cut here too. I haven't edged yet, but so let's do this. Let's take a look. And we'll just kind of see what the quality looks like. There you go. You can see the small bits that it cuts up into. See that? Then here's what the cut quality looks like. All right, next let's go over there on the Floratam, because this is a little bit overgrown, so this will be a bigger test. We're also going to take the blade up to the top setting, but this is, yeah, this is definitely overgrown. Look at this. So there you go. So this will be another good test for it. So whereas the test over here is what we would just expect to normally see with a cut, that one is going to be what it'll be like to cut an overgrown lawn. So let's do that next. We are going to go up to the top setting here. See, I can't find any clippings, which, you know, again, it just means they're getting mulched up to bits. You know? Otherwise, I'd be able to find them in here, see? So, mulching is good. I can't even find any clips over here from this part. Okay, I needed to take a break here anyway, so I figured I would show you. This is the recycler, and this is obviously our Super Recycler. Now, we're not doing a complete comparison here for this. I will later if you guys want me to. But the biggest thing is this is a 22-inch deck, and this is only a 21, so that's why they look a little different. But what I really wanted to show you, though, is why this is called the Super Recycler. What makes a mulching mower is that it breaks these clippings up super small like this, right? The smaller they are, the quicker they can break down and get back into the soil. And they won't leave any kind of clumping or anything, right? So what you want is you want these bits to be as small as possible. So the idea would be the longer you can keep the clippings up underneath this deck, then the smaller bits they'll get chopped up into. And one of the ways they do that with the Super Recycler is they have this extra piece here, and it has these wings on it, and those wings will sweep and hold the grass up under there so it can get cut more by the blade. You'll see on the regular recycler, it doesn't have that. Now it's got a mulching blade on here, and this has got these extra wings on here, which are designed to keep things flowing up underneath here. But apparently this setup does better, and that's why Toro puts this setup on their Super Recycler. And I'm no engineer here, but that also may be why the 21-inch deck favors the mulching. It's just a smaller area to keep everything compacted up underneath there, whereas with a 22-inch deck you have more room for the clippings to escape out the bottom. But that's just a guess. Okay guys, there you go. So I've kind of run out of footage here, and as you know, I'm not really very good at reviewing equipment anyway, especially lawnmowers, because I just end up enjoying the mows so much, I forget to really review it. But another thing I like to do is a follow-up review. So tell me what I didn't answer in this video, what wasn't clear, what are some things you might want to see from this mower other than what I showed here, and don't tell me to get a shorter video, because I don't get shorter videos. But either way, tell me what you want to see, and then I'll do a follow-up review coming up here soon. And then the other thing I'll do is, obviously I know you're going to want me to compare it to the HRX. I'm going to do that for sure, and I'll also compare it to the Recycler Smart Stow that I've had here for a couple of years. So with that, I'm going to go ahead and sign off here. If you're new, please subscribe to the channel. I'm Alan Hain, the Lawn Care Nut. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the lawn. Who are you guys yelling at? Hey. That one over there and the one hiding behind that one are actually babies. They were just born this year. They grow so fast. But they're calling the rest. Hey, I'm trying to talk. They're calling the rest of their family in right now is what they're doing.